Shalom, family. Good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. Just a reminder you still have time to grab up your hair products for 45% off on Etsy, Shopify, and TikTok Shop. And, I know we got warnings because there's flooding all around the state of New Jersey, including in my town. But packages will still go out on time. Just please keep in mind that it may take a few extra days more than normal to reach you, but you will definitely get your products. So, y'all, let's get into it. So, the Most High has been putting these states through the ringer, especially over here on the East Coast. Now, you already know we went through a triple digit heat wave that went on for about 4 or 5 days. And during that time, it crossed right into America's 250th anniversary. And I already told you how they had to have the ambulance up there off and on all day because people were passing out. And we went from that to being flooded now. And this is happening across several states, especially all up and down the Northeast and Ohio, and it is everywhere. And the thing is, we went from one extreme to the next. Right after the 250th year anniversary, you can't tell me this is a coincidence. It absolutely isn't. This is all part of the judgment that is raining down on these people. Now, we will get caught up in some of it, just like we had to endure the heat and now we're enduring the flood, but we're not going to be the ones hit the hardest. So that's why I can just sit and watch and look at the people that's being impacted. And if you have lived in this country and you've gotten everything handed to you, you're the ones that are not going to get through anything well. Look at how y'all crying online. You're crying because you can't find a job, crying because you can't get a mortgage, crying because you can't afford to have your kids in certain activities. You can't buy certain things out of the store. Y'all crying more than we are. I'm definitely seeing it. And yeah, this judgment is here. It is here. I'm not shocked that New Jersey got hit hard. New Jersey is a damn sundown state, y'all. When you look at sundown towns, especially the ones in the Northeast, there's so many sundown towns in New Jersey. The whole map is covered up by red dots. So I am not shocked that this place is really taking one hell of a hit, along with other states on the East Coast, and New York was a big slave state up in the North, had a lot. I think it was like 1 in 3 households had a slave, but these folks always in your face talking about only 1%, only 1%. They're lying their asses off. The majority had slaves, y'all. The majority did. So anyway, y'all, let's get to it so you can see the hell that the Most High took you from a heat wave to a flood. You can't make it up for real. Now, I am concerned because the rain is returning and it's going to be another heavy shower in places that are already flooded. Now, I told y'all one street over is underwater, but my street is not. But I am, really concerned that if we get hit with another shower, that some of that is going to cross over to us. So I'm praying that it does not, but I'm just telling y'all that, we don't know what's going to happen, but I do know a big portion of the flood is all around me now. So y'all, no, hold on. Loretta, Get away from there. No. Hold on, y'all. All right. All right, let me share my screen so we can get started. Please give me a 1 if you can see my screen. No. 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 Thank you.
All right, we have some breaking weather news in Monmouth County and Ocean County. It's 12:33 p.m. on July 6th. My daughter just called me because she was getting alerts on her phone about flooding. She was in Asbury, but I just had somebody message me that their daughter-in-law is at Jersey Shore and was reporting that there's water in the elevators, that the flooding is getting bad there. This is up on the Lakewood Scoop, these pictures with the flash flooding. It says significant flooding has been reported at and around Jersey Shore University Medical Center, where roadways and around the campus have become inundated, creating hazardous travel conditions. They've also got this image up, and there's also a major emergency response at the BJ's. The roof has collapsed, the one on Oakhurst located in Ocean Township. This is also in the Lakewood Scoop, and it says that in initial reports, a 50-foot section of the roof collapsed in the building, leaving multiple people injured and at least 3 people trapped beneath the debris. They're reporting smoke and a major gas leak, creating additional hazards for the rescue crews. This also says they've dispatched to the scene Monmouth County Urban Search and Rescue. So be safe out there. If you do not have to travel, stay home until this rain is done.
Massive flooding slams the Northeast. Here's what we know. Entire cities are underwater after a brutal overnight storm dumped 4 to 7 inches of rain in just hours. New York, New Jersey, and Pennsylvania were hit hardest. Highways shut down, subways flooded, and emergency crews are pulling people from stranded cars. In Mount Joy, Pennsylvania, more than 5 feet of water filled homes, and 16 water rescues have already been confirmed. In North Plainfield, New Jersey, a house exploded and collapsed after flooding. Thankfully, everyone evacuated in time. New York City faced major transit chaos. Subways shut down, streets turned into rivers, and airports from JFK to Newark were delayed or closed for hours. The good news, no deaths have been reported so far, but officials warn the danger isn't over. More heavy rain is expected today, and swollen rivers could spill over again. If you're in the Northeast, stay informed, stay off the roads, don't risk driving through floodwaters, and keep an emergency kit ready. This is a developing story, and I'll keep you updated as new details come in. Let me know your thoughts in the comments and follow for more.
A serious flood threat is ramping up across parts of the Northeast and Mid-Atlantic. Tens of millions of people are under flood watches, and some of the hardest hit areas could see rain falling at rates of 1 to 3 inches per hour, which can overwhelm drainage systems. The highest flash flood threat includes New York City, Long Island, and parts of southern New England. Repeated thunderstorms will produce dangerous flash flooding, but the most intense rainfall will likely happen in narrow bands that are impossible to pinpoint until they begin to form. But the hardest hit areas could pick up several inches of rain in just a few hours, leading to rapid flooding of streets, low-lying areas, and small streams. The threat continues to grow throughout the day and night, with localized rainfall totals potentially reaching up to 6 inches by Tuesday morning.
62, 61.
The afternoon commute might be dangerous for you if you live within this region in the Northeast. We're talking about moderate risk for flash flooding, a very rare risk for this region. And the reason for this is we're going to have training thunderstorms over this same area that's already very saturated from the past few days of heavy rain. And this could cause a lot of flooding, especially in low-lying areas and roadways. And taking a look at our measurement, we've had 3 to 5 inches across this entire region, widespread, and that really saturated the soils. We actually have a product for that. We can look at the current soil saturation. If you see anything above 30, that's pretty saturated. Above 60, extremely saturated. And above 80, well, we're talking about basically the ground acting like concrete. It can't take any more moisture into the ground, so that water just runs off right into the streams, rising them and causing a lot of issues. Now, taking a look at the future estimates of rainfall today, I'm mainly concerned about the Long Island area, Connecticut, Rhode Island, and Massachusetts for a lot of flooding. And this is going to cause some roadway flooding, some stream flooding. If you live in any flood-prone areas, definitely keep an eye on those rivers and stay safe out there, guys.
So you're telling me it's normal that New York was flooded the way it was flooded yesterday? It's either New York is sinking or that weather machine is broke. It was 93 degrees yesterday, and then New York got hit with some of the craziest rain I've ever seen. And I'm born and raised in New York. Matter of fact, look at this shit. So you're telling me that this is normal for New York right here?
We are underwater. Look at the cars.
This ain't New York right here.
Flooded out.
This isn't normal for New York right here.
They just making it worse, pushing the water.
We started off the day with some of the hottest temperatures in May. And then we end up with this. Y'all don't see nothing wrong with that? When have you seen New York like this? I grew up here. I've never seen New York like this. And they say New York not sinking. So I jumped down the rabbit hole. And they say, on average, the metropolitan area has subsided about 1.6 millimeters per year. Look at those floods. Look how much water that is. You don't think we're sinking? You don't think the number is higher than 1.6 millimeters per year? I'm going to let y'all end off with this. It's like they're in the Grand Rapids. They're just getting off the back of a bus. Look how that water just took up. That's not crazy to you? Yeah, okay. Either the machine is broke or, you know what? I'm out.
New York, we are expecting heavy rain and thunderstorms this evening. The highest chance of flash flooding is going to occur during tomorrow morning's commute. We are asking every New Yorker to stay safe. And so if you are able, we ask that you do not travel tomorrow morning during this period of the most intense weather that we are expecting. The city is already out clearing catch basins, preparing neighborhoods that are historically flood prone, and responding across the 5 boroughs. We ask New Yorkers in this time to stay safe, stay prepared, and to keep an eye out for one another. If you live in a basement apartment, start to plan. If you see water rising around you, move to higher ground. If you are in any kind of danger, call 911. And the best way to stay up to date over the course of this period is by texting Notify NYC to 692-692. Stay safe, New York City.
We're tracking breaking news from the World Cup. The U.S. team's top scorer cleared to play against Belgium tomorrow night after FIFA lifts the one-game suspension. But we do begin tonight with the dangerous flash flood threat. More than 40 million Americans on alert from Ohio into the Northeast. This after record-breaking heat scorched millions on July 4th, triggering deadly storms and interrupting or canceling celebrations nationwide. Severe weather uprooting trees and leaving a trail of destruction across New Jersey. Hundreds of thousands are still without power in the Northeast. There are now at least 25 suspected heat-related deaths in New Jersey, but the heat is easing as the new flash flood threat moves in. Our weather team is standing by with the forecast. But first, ABC's Andrew Dimber leads us off tonight.
Tonight, severe weather threatening as millions of Americans head home after the 4th of July weekend. The weather already impacting travel in the busy Northeast corridor. Philadelphia, New York, and Washington all seeing delays. Powerful storms downing trees and knocking out power in northern New Jersey. Lightning adding to the fireworks show in Camden. A similar scene in Lawton, Oklahoma. Other displays canceled due to high winds and heavy rain. The storms delaying the record-breaking fireworks display at the National Mall. This home in River Edge set on fire by a downed power line. A firefighter hurt. In the Midwest, the Cubs-Cardinals game was delayed by fog in the 6th inning. The start of the game delayed by an hour. Parts of the stadium flooded, flash flooding throughout the city. Elsewhere, 5 people were hurt when a silo in Wisconsin collapsed in powerful storms. In the West, hot, dry conditions fueling several large fires. More than 700 firefighters are battling the Babylon fire in southern Utah, the second largest in the country. Near Provo, illegal fireworks causing a brush fire. Fireworks have been banned throughout most of the state because of the risk of fire. Whit, here in New York, those storms bringing an end to the record-breaking heat wave, while in New Jersey, state officials say at least 25 people died last week of suspected heat-related causes. Whit.
All right, Andrew, thank you.
we are dealing with some major flash flooding in my area. This is in Northwest Ohio. It's just to the east of Toledo, Ohio. What's happening right now is we have a lake effect rain band just sitting over our area, and it has stalled out. We've gotten close to a foot of rain so far, and if you look, the road is completely flooded the entire way down. This goes for about a half mile or so. Driving home, it was very touch and go. But even you can see what I'm walking in right now. My feet are almost completely submerged.
Y'all, this is crazy here. It's crazy. Anyway, no, I was screaming at Loretta because I have one of those zappers in my room where, like, if a mouse goes in there, it'll get electrocuted. Well, one went in there and it got electrocuted, and she was trying to flip it over to get the mouse out of there. That's why I was yelling at her. That's why I was yelling at her. So anyway, y'all, it is crazy. And the thing is, I'm not looking forward because it's supposed to start raining again tonight, and it's going to go into tomorrow morning. And when I tell you the rain was heavy, it was like buckets were falling out of the sky. It was so, I mean, that rain was really coming down. So when they said we got 3 inches in about an hour, I definitely believe it because I witnessed it and I saw how that rain was coming down, and it was fierce. Yes. So we went from one extreme weather condition, which was the heat wave, and now we're going into another extreme weather condition. And it's absolutely crazy. For real. It's crazy. This is crazy. This is so crazy. And it's not going to get better. So even between now and tomorrow is supposed to be another rainy day for us. So I would imagine the floods are going to be off the charts. So I hope everybody is safe wherever you are. And boy, I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy, this rain. No, the Most High absolutely is not playing Tempest. And I know that firsthand. But he is really handing America her ass back to her on a silver platter, for real. Yep, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, Ohio, some of the areas that I've seen the hardest hit. But in DC also got hit. They got hit with a lot of rain as well. Yeah, well, these people got hell to pay. So y'all, I mean, I'm talking about this, but I know what's coming is going to be far worse than this. We're going to reflect back on this time, and this is going to look mild compared to what's coming. We don't know what the Most High got in store, but we definitely know this place is under some serious judgment. So y'all. Oh, I hope that you have a wonderful evening. And if you're in the Northeast, I hope you stay dry. And y'all be on the lookout for my lives coming out real soon. And don't forget to pick up your hair products for 45% off. So you have tonight and tomorrow up until 11:59 p.m. before the sale is over. So have a wonderful evening. Shalom, family.